Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 46 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay! I have found something to celebrate for 46 days. This is interesting for me. So, today I decided to celebrate that I am trying. This is probably going to be one of those other emotional I'm going to cry during the video days, maybe. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's not like the other day when I did that challenge one and I just kept crying. But I have my box of Kleenex I'm trying to get to. I'm like, hey, if I need it, I have my box of Kleenex. I'm hoping I don't need it. Anyway, I am trying, and I am trying to change the connotation in my mind for trying to be a good thing for me. And I think maybe it should be more like I'm doing instead of I'm trying. Because when I was growing up, my biological mom, not Mom Shoemaker, but my biological mom, I think we clashed personalities a little bit. We did not like a lot of the same things. And I was the one that was always kind of forced to compromise or give in and do what everyone else wanted to do. And it just always made me feel like I didn't fit in, like I was the oddball. There's something wrong with me because I didn't like what everybody else liked. That was kind of how I interpreted that, how I felt about that. But when I would tell my biological mom that I was trying, she would like kind of sigh or roll her eyes and like, I know, you're very trying. And it made me feel like really bad about myself for trying. Like I just wasn't enough. Like I could never reach my goals or accomplish what I was wanting to do. And so I did, when I made my little vision board, I did trying as one of the little words I put on my fancy little rainbow thing, because I want it to be something I can celebrate, that I'm proud of myself for trying and putting forth the effort. Even if I don't succeed, at least I tried. And I like that so much better because it means at least I'm living my life. At least I'm putting forth the effort. And I know that God continues to bless me for my efforts. And sometimes I swear, I'm like, I'm doing like baby steps worth of efforts and I'm getting rewarded for giant steps worth of work. And it's very off balance, but I'm really grateful that God shows me how much He loves me by doing that and how much He rewards my little baby step efforts, which is motivation for me to keep making my little baby step efforts. But it goes back to I'm trying. And I remember having a conversation with my bishop a few months back, and I was telling him that I'm trying to do these things. And he's like, no, Midge, you're doing this. You're doing these things. And I'm like, I'm doing it. And doing is still an action word. Like I'm still in the process of, I haven't completed or finished whatever it is that I set out to do or accomplish. I'm still in the process of doing it. And I kind of like doing instead of trying because I guess to me, trying makes me still feel like I'm failing. I'm not succeeding. I'm not reaching my goal. But I know that's not what it's meant to mean. That's just how I interpreted my biological mother's response to things. And it always felt like some kind of sarcastic thing, like I was trying, like I'm a trying person. I'm trying on other people's personalities, which also contributed to my feeling unloved and unwanted, and or feeling like I was a nuisance to other people. And so I am amazed that in trying to do these videos, as hard as it is to do these videos, that it is challenging my perception of myself and how I viewed myself based on how other people treated me and my interpretation of how other people treated me. So I am trying to change my viewpoint of myself in doing these videos, and I feel like I might actually be succeeding at that in a small degree, little baby steps. But it's interesting that little baby steps seem to have the giant step rewards, which is which is interesting to me, and it makes me want to push myself to keep trying, to keep doing, to keep going forward, because I like the giant step rewards for the baby step efforts. I know at some point I might have to make normal step efforts to get the giant step rewards, but I'm learning that these little tiny things, they add up over time, and it helps to have other people to share what I'm going through with, or talk to other people about what I'm doing, because I don't always see the progress that I'm making. I don't always feel like I'm succeeding. Succeeding. I feel like I'm trying and I'm putting forth all of this effort and I'm getting absolutely nowhere. And then I have days, where I celebrated having fun and didn't get disappointed or discouraged because I was playing Where's Waldo a bunch of kids to try to see where my daughter and her friend were, and finding, making a game out of it or something, instead of being disappointed and discouraged because I didn't get to, it wasn't the activity I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what we were doing. I didn't realize that I wouldn't be participating, or that I wasn't able to just walk around to each place that she was playing and just watch her play, which is what I was thinking. I was just going to walk around and watch her play or go on rides or something. So it wasn't quite as interactive as I thought it was going to be for me, but for them it was fine. But I could see the difference. My response was different. I chose to make the best of the situation instead of being depressed or discouraged or letting it ruin the whole rest of my day. And so I can see that my trying and my efforts, even though I sometimes feel like I'm struggling, or it's like today, I'm like, this is a challenge. I just don't want to meet it today. Not up for the challenge today. But I'm trying anyway. Even if I don't get everything done that I want to do, I'm trying anyway, even if I don't feel up to the challenge. And I am grateful that I can still do that and move forward with that. And sorry, I was checking to make sure my light was on because it's getting dark outside, and I'm like, I can't tell if it's affecting the video. Sorry. I'm easily distracted. I also don't like being emotional, so I am trying to be vulnerable in these videos. Lots of things that I am trying to do, and recognizing that trying is a good thing. It's a positive thing. It means that I am getting up, that I'm going out, that I am doing, and whether I succeed or meet the challenge of the day, whatever it may be, as long as I tried and put forth some effort, I know I will be blessed for that. I will feel better about myself for that. And I can at least say, well, at least I tried. At least I put forth some kind of effort. At least I showed up. At least I made an attempt, and it's something. And I am really grateful that I can look at that and say that it's something, instead of looking at that and saying I failed because I didn't meet the challenge or I didn't do everything for the day. So my attempts, my trying to change my perspective is working, and my trying to focus on the positive versus the negative, focusing on what I've accomplished versus what I haven't, is working. It's slowly changing how I respond to things, and it's making it easier to continue to respond in a more positive way, I think, or at least be willing to try every day, even if I know I'm not going to be able to do what I set out to do. At least I tried. At least I put forth the effort. At least I went out. And I'm really grateful for that and for the trying. When I did go to work last night, and I had a certain goal amount of work that I was going to do, and I didn't meet that, but I did make the money, which was surprising to me. So I'm like, well, I tried, and I did go to work. I just went later than I should have because I just didn't feel up to the challenge, which is why trying is such an appropriate one for me for the day. But I did it, and I did get blessed for that. Like I said, I did less work, but I guess it was enough, and I made more, not quite as much money as I did the night before, but only off by a few dollars, and it was enough for what I needed. And I am just grateful that God blessed me with enough for what I needed, and that He continues to bless me with enough for what I needed. And I know I would love to have the excess or more or extra. The only problem is I think God knows me too well, and if I have the more and the extra, I'll be like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to work now until I'm behind, and then I'm like, oh crap, I have to work now. So I need to work on changing that mentality where it's like, I have extra, good, let's get some more extra, let's build up some more savings, let's keep doing this is working, instead of, oh good, I'm all caught up, I'm done. So maybe I function better on the being behind, which I don't really like so much. So I need to change that. That's gonna take some time, just like everything else. And I'm trying to be patient, just like everything else. And I may not always succeed, but at least I'm putting forth the effort. I'm giving it a shot. I'm trying, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And in a lot of cases, I might actually be doing. And doing is feels more like I'm succeeding, and it's possible. And I am grateful for another word that I can use in place of trying, for another word that I can use in place of struggling, for the different words that God is blessing me with to show me that I am not I'm not a nuisance to everyone. I don't try other people's patience. I don't get on their nerves all the time. Maybe just as a kid growing up, or maybe it's just because I didn't see eye to eye with my biological mom. I couldn't make her understand me, and she clearly didn't understand me, and I guess I didn't know how to see things from her point of view and understand her either. So it was that constant, I'm trying to make you understand. And she's like, okay, but you should understand. I'm like, but I don't understand. And you don't understand that I don't understand. It was very frustrating. But I'm not in that situation anymore. Although I think sometimes with myself, I do the same thing to myself. I don't understand myself, and my body keeps trying to tell me what I need. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand. Or yeah, but I'm just not willing to do that. So I need to try to do better at that as well. So I have my long to-do list of things to try or things to do that can be done, just baby steps, one day at a time, and not everything all at once. So I am trying to remember that, and the more I try, the more I get done, and the better I feel about myself. And I may never get everything done, and that will just have to be okay. But at least I'm trying, at least I'm showing up, I'm putting forth the effort. And I am grateful that I do that, that I've done that throughout my life. I've always been trying, I've always put forth the effort. I usually give up because I don't feel like I'm succeeding. But I'm trying now to support myself, to remind myself that I can do this, or to change the words that I use. Instead of saying trying, doing, instead of saying struggling, it's a challenge. And I'm like, I'm up for the challenge today. I'm not up for the challenge today. It's just going to have to wait for tomorrow. And that's okay too. And I'm grateful that I can do that and be gentle with myself and recognize things and have that different perspective that I've been trying to obtain. And sometimes it feels like a little fleeting, but it's there. It's starting to sink in, and I'm grateful for that too. So that is what I have for my video on trying today. If you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing. I hope you have fun finding ways to celebrate yourself.